All right, I'm glad to see that you are back. Okay, study guide video numero 3. Okay, this one's going to be broken up into water pollution, water treatment, and water conservation. And these are going to be covering questions 14 through 19 and 34. Okay, so make sure you look there and see what those are. I'm going to move my this thing over here, makes it easier. All right, first question, number 14 is, what does the EPA stand for and what does it do? Okay, so the EPA stands for the Environmental Protection Agency. So kind of get thinking from the words what it does. It's protecting the environment. It's charged with protecting the environment. And what this means and what it's going to be responsible for water is it's going to help set standards for safe and clean water. Okay, so it says that there is an appropriate amount of stuff that can be found in our tap water. But beyond that level, it's not appropriate and that water is going to have to be treated. Okay, so they set a standard that says this is how much stuff needs to be in there. If it's beyond this, mix it. Okay. All right, question 15. What are sewage systems and where would I find a sewage system? So a sewage system treats water in urban areas. This is our key, urban areas. Okay, and these would include cities, suburbs, apartments. Probably most of you live in an urban area. So if you live in some kind of big, like this neighborhood out here, anywhere in Charlotte, you know, the city especially, you are in an urban area. Okay. We have pipelines that are connected to our homes. It takes that sewage out, brings sewage back. This is a sewage system, okay? All right, so question number 16 deals with septic systems. All right, so septic systems, just kidding, put the eraser on, deal with rural environments. So we're thinking of a lightly populated, boonies, farm, out in the, out in the beyond, where it's a small town, where there's not a lot of people. This is going to be something that's treating just a small area, okay? So think about the septic tanks that you guys watched in the video. That little septic tank treated that house's water. You might get some that treat, a farm, or maybe some, if it's a small little town, they might treat a couple of businesses. But this is not a large-scale event, okay? So your key, right there, rule. All right? Question number 17 is, why is drinking water treated before it is pumped into homes? So we're going to treat it in order to... There we go. You need to kill anything that's microscopic. So they usually are going to put it probably with, you saw in the video, I think they said ozone, and they're going to put some chlorine in there. They're going to take it and they're going to kill anything else because they got rid of all the sludgy stuff. But they're going to need to kill off any of those microscopic things that we can't see. Okay? So it has to be treated to get all the hard, large stuff out. But then all the stuff we can't see is going to also have to come out with it. Because if we don't, you're going to make people sick. Okay? And you guys will see in the coming, and if you haven't already seen it with the Jay-Z video that we'll get to, you'll see where people can be sick from untreated water. All right. The next question is question number 18, and it says, what is meant by non-point source pollution? And then look over examples of non-point source pollution. So non-point source pollution, we're not able to really trace its origin. So we know that like urban runoff, that's a pretty broad area. Urban is covering a large bunch of real estate here. We can't say it's your car at your apartment complex, or Mr. Mahoney's van in the parking lot, or Mrs. Gephardt's car in her driveway. We know that that's probably contributing to the pollution, but we can't pinpoint its exact location. So that's our non-point source, okay? Agricultural runoff from farms is going to be an example of this. So we're thinking agricultural runoff. Think about any kind of pesticides. That could be something in here for agricultural runoff. Any fertilizers. Okay, and then we also have, which is gross to think about it, but we've got farm, animal, I'll call it manure instead of saying poop. But all of this is going to sit on the surface and is going to go into the water, and that could be runoff that goes into a river that causes pollution. I can't say it's that cow, that Bessie over there, she's the one who did it. We can't say that, hence why it's non-point. But we know that this is going to contribute in this agricultural runoff to non-point source. All right, so on the other end of it, we're going to have what is point source. So point source, literally, I can look at it and say, there it is. That's the cause of the pollution. I can pinpoint it down, okay, directly into that river. So it's easy to sort of figure out what's causing it. A great example, if we were to see sewage pipes. So if we saw sewage pipes, raw sewage dumping directly into a river, that's a point source pollutant. Okay, and this is more likely going to get fixed Because if all of us are just chilling out at the river, hanging out, doing whatever we're doing, and we see nasty stuff going into a river, we're more than likely going to get on board and say, that's gross, that needs to be fixed. Whereas this, we may not know where it's coming from, and so this is going to be the bigger pollutant than this will, because we can solve this problem. We see it, so we can solve it, okay? But this is point source. All right, the last question is number 34, and it says, what is meant by water conservation and what accounts for most of a household's water use? All right, so water conservation is using only the water that we need and finding ways to conserve it. So if you're brushing your teeth, you turn off that faucet, okay? Do you really have to have the greenest lawn in the whole wide world? Okay, it's using only what you need, all right? And actually, when we think about it, speaking of lawns, landscaping in your total household is going to account for most of that water use, okay? Now, if you were living in an apartment or whatever, you still have landscaping that's out in the green areas of your apartment. They're taking care of those trees, they're taking care of those plants, they may have sprinkler systems set up. This is going to account for the hugest water usage in your house. Okay, so think about that. Is your green lawn worth it completely to be green, or, maybe you can cut back and not have to worry about that. This is the end of video number 3. Stay tuned for the final finale. Okay, but if you have any questions, please do make sure you have consulted your teacher and let them know what your questions are.